this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought we would come along and have a play with how to make a folio from a paper bag. So I have got here, this is a paper bag kind of pouch from Amazon. Obviously it's in just the brown kind of packaging type, you know, colour. So yeah, obviously I've got creases here along the side. So I mean, straight away we kind of have tricky bits going on with this. But what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to start by cutting the bottom of the bag off, because I'm hoping that that's going to kind of then make this shape a bit easier to deal with. So I'm just going to cut this down here. Now I have to just, you know, warn you guys, this is a, you know, wing and a prayer style crafting. I have not practiced this. I haven't done a, you know, prototype or anything like that. So I'm just pulling bits and pieces off of the bag as we go. So I don't know quite how we're going to get on. I'm hoping we're going to get on all right, but hey, hey, who knows? We might not actually succeed at all. So what I'm left with is obviously, you know, a sort of large piece of paper, basically. Obviously inside, you know, it's got kind of a hollow piece, and obviously, you know, the outer piece. Oops, I'm just going to tear my address section off, which I should have, of course, done before coming on. I've only just noticed that. So hold on, guys. Oops, oh, can't peel it off. Oh, sorry about this. Honestly, you think that you're all set and organised, and then straight away realise you've mucked up at the first hurdle. Right, okay, so we've got rid of the address. So what I thought we could do is basically fold this up a little bit like the Scrapbooking with Me booklets that we've kind of made before. So I'm going to fold this in half first of all, so as I kind of, you know, find where my halfway mark is. So I'm not going to actually squish it down. I just want to, you know, make a note really of where the halfway mark is, so that we can bring our pieces or our sides up to the middle line. So I'm just going to take that, oops, take that like that. Now I'm just wondering whether I would be better doing this the other way around. Oh, I mean, it probably doesn't really matter, but I want to kind of do it, you know, in a way that's going to be as easy as I can, or as easy as it's, or you know, making it easier basically for myself. So let's just take that down like that. And then this side we will come in as well. So it's a little bit tricky to fold because of course it's quite thick. Okay. Now you don't need too much of an overlap, just, you know, just enough. So like that. Oops, that's quite a big overlap actually, I've now discovered. Right, move it out a little bit more. Okay. So it's not quite so overlapped now. So I'm just going to press this down with my scissor handles. Like that. So as it's squished down now. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay, so not too bad for, you know, our first effort that we're going to be doing. Now, those lovely booklets that we make, you know, like the Scrapbooking with Me ones, she kind of brings that over here to the halfway point, and then we're obviously going to add our flaps. So I'm just going to squish this down. Like I say, this actually is quite thick because it is, you know, it is kind of double thickness. So I'm not sure whether I'm, you know, making a mistake really doing this. Okay, so we've got that. Now, what we then have done when we've made those, you know, booklets before, is we've folded these in to make a kind of, you know, triangular shape here. Now, I'm not sure whether I want to do that. I'm just having a bit of a think. Do I want to or not? Let me pull one of those in to show you, in case you know, can't remember what they look like. So just going to, because I've got some here beside me. So these are how we've made them before. So that wraps around there. and then it opens out like that. Now, the only thing I'm thinking is, obviously, are we going to then be restricting, you know, if we're trying to make a folio, restricting what we're going to be able to do here? I don't think we are, actually. No, I don't think we are, because we've then got this area that we can put another fold in or a pocket or something and, you know, kind of expand it from there. So I think we're kind of okay to do that. Oh, this is proving tricky already, honestly. I'm already thinking, well, why did I think this was going to be a doable project, honestly? Right, let's just fold that down. So squish this one down. And then I'm going to just squish this one down here. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, I might have to actually do something else with that side because my edge is not really even, but we'll see. We'll see when we come to it. Okay. And fold this one down as well. So, like that. Right, let me just check how this is looking, folding it in. So, yeah. Okay, so not too bad. I mean, you can probably see it's quite crumply, you know, but I think it's going to work okay. So, yeah. Okay, right. So, first thing is first. I think I want to glue these triangles down. So, oh, has my daughter taken my glue again? Hold on a second. Oops, let me just grab another glue. Hang on 2 seconds while I just grab a glue. Hang on. Oops. Okay, right. Okay. So, oops. Now my glue is not working. It's just going to be one of those videos, I'm afraid. So I do apologise. I love these, you know, thick sort of brown paper bags, and I just thought, oh well, let's come and do something a little bit different with it. Oops, don't know why that glue's so watery like that. Kind of went to use it and just water came out from it. Let me give it a shake. Might have just been where it's been, you know, not moved for a while. Let me give it a shake. Hold on. Okay. Oh, come on. Now it's clogged. Oh. Gone from one extreme to the other. We're either having liquid coming out or nothing coming out. So, oh gosh, now look. Now look at what's going on. Right, hold on a minute. Right, I'm back. So there was a big sort of clog of glue just inside the nozzle. So hopefully, oh, she says, and now instantly I've gone to use it and it literally was working 2 seconds ago. Ah, right, I'm going to keep the stick pin handy because it's obviously going to be one of those problematic bottles of glue, isn't it? So, yeah, I do apologise in advance. Right, let's stick this together. Okay, and then we're going to obviously, you know, pop this down here. Okay, like that. Okay. Okay. Right, well that took a long time getting there, didn't it? So just getting to that point. Let's hope that we're going to have a bit more luck here. Right, I am going to just keep on unclogging the glue just, you know, just to be on the safe side. So, right, okay, down this side. Again, just going to pop a little bit of glue in there to hold that down. Don't know really whether, you know, I have to do that, but just to be on the safe side. Better to be safe than sorry, isn't it? So just pop this down here. Okay. Bit of glue here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, come on. Oh, I'm so sorry about this. I have not had major glue problems for ages. And now it's now happening. And back to those kinds of things, which is so frustrating. Right, okay. So that one. Then we'll do obviously this side. Again, I don't really know how necessary it is to actually glue this together, but you know, just to be extra careful. Better to have too much glue than not enough, really. You know, there's nothing worse than your bits not sticking down how you need them to stick down. So that's that one. Okay. Right, and then we go around this side and just do this one. It's a little bit resistant to wanting to glue down, I'm noticing, because obviously this bag's pretty kind of thick and, you know, like a heavy duty bag. It's, yeah, almost quite resisting the, you know, I feel like I need to weigh it down with something, which is a bit annoying when you're doing a video, really. So, yeah, I'm not sure how to get around that, but anyway, we'll see how we get on. Okay. Right, so then we obviously can bring these sides in. I probably should have actually ironed this paper bag first. That probably would have been, you know, the thing to do, because I would have eliminated a lot of these problems, I think. Anyway, I didn't, and so yeah, we now have to just go with it as it is. So I'm going to now just glue these bits together. So I just want to take a run of glue along here, and then a run of glue along here. Oops. Let's hope that this is going to be enough. Like I say, the bag's quite thick, so it's actually quite tricky to get it to stick down very quickly. Okay, just going to hold on to it for a couple of seconds to hopefully help it on its way. Okay. Right, press it down. Yep. Okay. So at this point, obviously, you know, we've got this mechanism which will obviously fold up, you know, in the middle. Oh. Can you see, you know, it is quite thick and quite resistant, isn't it? So we'll just squish that down a bit more. Oops. Okay, I love the sound of these paper bags. So yeah, hopefully you guys are not finding it too annoying. It is annoying, there's no getting away from it, but yeah, hopefully it's not too annoying that I'm having to keep pressing it down. Right, okay, so we then make sure that's glued. It's not really. Oh. The thing is, if I'd done a prototype of this, I might have thought, oh, this is just too much of a pain and a nuisance, and not actually done one at all. So, or, you know, not done one with you guys at all. So at least this way we are doing it, aren't we? So yeah, still squishing that down. Right. Okay, now I've got beside me some, you know, sheet music cover, and I'm wondering whether we might be able to use some of that to make some folds and flaps and things. So obviously the basic, or the basis for our folio is the paper bag, but I'm just wondering whether we could use some of this sheet music cover to expand on it. So let me just cut this down here on the side. Just cutting off really the bits that I've already kind of semi-cut and semi-used. Okay. Oh, I mean, am I just being ridiculous and mad to want to hoard this? Do you know why I thought that I would hoard it? Is because I thought, oh, these are really nice colours. I could stamp some images on there. What's wrong with me? As if I've not got enough clutter laying around without trying to now hang on to like the tiniest bits ever of, you know, paper. It's just crazy, isn't it? I've just done that now with my hot glue just to help it along, because I'm feeling it's a little bit, you know, resistant to obviously being glued, and I don't want to just be sat here all day waiting for it whilst I'm doing a video. Right, okay, so I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Thinking we could do this. Let's just have a look. normally, obviously, I would build folios up a lot using envelopes. I'm not so sure. Let me just pull in an envelope. Which is just about would fit in there. Which is amazing, because I didn't think it would, to be honest. Right, let me pull in another one. These are those 5x7 envelopes. You know, kind of generally for card making, although I did actually buy myself a bunch of 5x7s because I do really like that size, you know. It's one of my favourite kind of sizes. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop this in, you know, like the Crafty Cat style envelopes that we've obviously done before. Like that. Okay. Just glue this down. Okay. Yeah, I always just, you know, I end up hoarding paper bags and then not really kind of getting around to do anything. So I thought, well, actually, let's actually make a, you know, folio from a paper bag because, you know, why am I just hanging on to all these random paper bags constantly? Might as well actually use some of them, mightn't I? So I thought this would be an ideal project. So this would be like one kind of little page, I guess. And then here, I'm thinking we could use this. Well, I was thinking we would use it as a sort of semi-page, but now I'm not so sure. Let me just have a look. Just fold that over. We could have it like that, to be honest. Which then would be, you know, either a little fold out or a pocket, I'm thinking. So I need to obviously trim it down further. And then on this side, yeah, if I just snip that down again where I've kind of, I don't know whether I did tear that off actually. That might have actually been torn off already, in fairness. Okay. Right, I just need to snip this down slightly on the edge because it's a little bit too wide for the paper bag. Okay, so let's just have a look. Oh, it's still too wide, would you believe? Oh, right. Okay, right. Hopefully that will fit. Yeah. So, yeah, what we can do is have that there like that, and then we can just kind of stitch this in perhaps there. So, this will go in here. Now, I don't think I'm going to actually glue all of it down yet because I'm thinking I will want some decorative paper. So let me try and peel this sticker off. Oh, it's not wanting to come off now. This sticker's really resistant on here, I must say. Let me see if I can just get some off from here. I mean, I will probably cover a lot of this in decorative paper, but just want to get it off, you know, where I might have some tricky parts that are hard to actually, you know, put it down. So like that. And then if this was on here, yeah, that's fine, because then I can get in here and put some decorative paper. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to glue this on. Let's just check, because now I'm thinking actually if I have it this way round might be better, mightn't it? Because then actually I'm just then covering up only this bit instead of all of it. So yeah, why that hadn't occurred to me in the first place, I've no idea, but better late than never. So I'm just going to glue this down here and here on the side. Okay. And then I'm just going to run some glue straight down here, you know, on the fold line, where it will obviously need to be, you know, held together nicely on the fold. So like that. Okay. Yep, like that. Just check where that fold actually is. Okay, right. So let's press this down. Like that. Okay, right. Now, where is my little card? Because what I want to obviously do now is now just make sure that that's nicely glued down when I fold it over. So, like that. Okay, looking good. Yeah, really liking this so far. Okay, then we're going to obviously have this is going to be folded here. Like that, forming the pocket. So, yeah, I'm happy with that, I think. So I'm just going to put some extra glue here. Again, just anywhere where it's a little bit kind of resistant to the glue, we'll just pop a little bit more down. Okay, a bit more on this edge as well. Okay, right, press that down. Right, loving that. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, I really like how this is turning out so far. And of course here we're going to have this huge pouch section that we can obviously put, you know, put things in. Now I'm just going to tidy this up here on this edge. Like that. Oops. Like that. Okay. Right. So yeah, really liking how that's looking. Very, very nice. And then, like I say, this I will put then in here, but I probably am going to stitch this in. So it's almost like a little signature, but it's just got that one page. I mean, to be fair, you know, we could even, I suppose, add some more pages. It wouldn't really matter. Yeah, should we do that? Should we put another one in? We could do, couldn't we? And then here, I will maybe have like a little flap coming down. I will have to see, because obviously it may be compromised by this. But we definitely could probably have a flap there. So I'm resisting putting anything in here, you know, covering it, because I've got a bit of a plan of what I would like to do to cover this. So yeah, if you're kind of thinking, oh, what's she doing? You know, why is she not covering that? I've got sort of a plan that I'm thinking I would like to use to actually cover this with. So, but I'm thinking here, you know, just a different size envelope might be quite good. So, right, I'm going to just pop this under my leg for a moment while we glue these envelopes together. So, okay. Right. Actually, I'm going to cut this flap down so as I don't have this as a weak point. Because I was going to peel the sticker off, but then I would obviously be left with that sticky edge. So by just getting rid of that on the one that tucks in, I think is a better way to do it. So right, let's just glue this down. Okie dokie. Oops. Okay. And then obviously pop this into there. Like that. Just need to make sure my folds kind of marry up. You know, that they're in the right places. Okay. Okay, looking good. Right. Now, I think I'm going to coffee dye this envelope. I will be covering it with paper anyway, but yeah, I feel like it could do with a bit of coffee dyeing because it's glaring white otherwise, which I'm not so keen on. So I've just got some coffee dye, or, you know, coffee mixture just in my cup with a brush. I mean, when I say coffee mixture, it literally is just coffee and water. It's not kind of a special mixture or anything like that. So I'm just going to, yeah, paste that onto the envelope. I mean, like I say, I will be probably, you know, covering the envelope pretty much with paper anyway. So, you know, it probably isn't really that important to have to do this, but just in case I don't end up covering it or anything, then it's probably good practice to just coffee dye it anyway. Right, okay, let's put this to one side and pull my folio piece back in. Okay, so hopefully this is all gluing down now. Okay, and then we can obviously build up by having some little flaps and things like that on here. So let me just see what thickish paper I've got. Okay, I've got some here. This is obviously just some coffee dyed paper, but yeah, this would work quite well. Because I was originally thinking I would have a big flap coming over from here. That's a tiny piece of paper flap, isn't it? Right, let me just have another look quickly into my papers that I've got beside the desk. Hold on. Right, I've got a larger sheet here, which is a bit better. Right, so do I want to have that folded? Yeah. So if I have that one, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut that down along this strip here. Okay, right, now obviously I need to take this down so that it's going to be, you know, fit into that slot. So I'm just going to take it down like that. Okay, let's tidy that up. Okay, right. Now let's just see what this would be like. Because obviously I am going to be covering this, you know, this with something, but I just want to kind of see how it would be. I guess what we could do is have that folding over or something. Maybe folding in on itself. And actually, to be honest, that could even hook from the cover. Might be nice. Although that might compromise that. Right, let's just turn it around for a minute and try it from this edge where, unfortunately, this is very wrinkled now. Maybe a paper bag is trickier than I was thinking to actually kind of do this. It might be that, yeah, it might be that the paper bag is actually trickier than I was expecting. In which case, I'm now thinking perhaps I need to, rethink and have this as more like a top flap or a bottom flap. Because I'm going to struggle, I think, to have it hooked into those edges there. So let me just bring my envelope back in. So yeah, I mean, that would be okay, wouldn't it? Because that's going to be a pocket. That would be like a little flap. We could even have like a flap from the other side as well, so from the bottom. So again, let me just grab in some more coffee dyed paper. Okay. And just, if I were to have that, say, there, for example. Okay, fold that down, and then I'm just going to snip that down here. And these would obviously then attach on at the front, on the front cover. So yeah, now I have a little bit of an issue here where this is not glued down yet, so I'm just going to quickly give this a helping hand with some hot glue. Just, you know, just to help it along like that. Okay, right, now I probably need to snip off that very edge piece because it's overhanging slightly, so let's just get rid of that. Okay, right. Looking good. And then, yeah, so we would have the first flap, because don't forget this is going to be glued down like a pocket. I'm only not gluing it down yet because when we cover this with some decorative papers, I don't want to have made a mistake, you know, and then think, oh no, now I've glued it, you know, where I don't want it to go, if you know what I mean. You know, that then I can't get in to get my decorative papers in there. So that's why I'm kind of leaving it. So if we were to have that here, like that. Yeah, I mean, I probably want to trim that down a bit in terms of width. Oh, now this is not glued here. I'm so sorry. This is just turning into a disaster. This is definitely kind of resistant because it's very thick. So, yeah, definitely, you know, if you're making one of these or if you're going to attempt one of these, I hope I haven't put you off because I think it will be worth it eventually. You need to kind of probably let the glue dry a bit. So, because it is very, very thick. Okay. Right. So hopefully that's fine now. Oh, now I'm thinking that's now not going to want to go in there, is it? So, oh, this is just gradually or rapidly, not gradually, rapidly turning into a how not to video. So I'm so sorry about this. Right. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Let's take this one and trim it down. I don't necessarily need it to be the same size as that, but it definitely needs to come down a bit in terms of width, doesn't it? Because it was just too wide for that flap. Okay, oops. Okay. Right. So, let's try this again. So, we are going to have these flaps. I mean, to be honest, they could now go on this side. Now that we're not having, you know, the flap attached to the cover. So, yeah, we can have them on there now. Which, maybe that might be better anyway. So, yeah, right. It's going to be this way round. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be that way round. Oh, this is not working. This is just, oh, what a disaster. Let me burnish this in a little bit more. I think what's happening, the bag has kind of got more give in it than the, you know, the paper that I've glued on. So, of course, what happens is when I kind of then, you know, spread it out, it's not really working. I think what I might have to do, and this is very bodgy now, is cut this down here. So this is not ideal, not you know, not at all how I'd planned this, but I can then glue it like that, and then I've just eliminated that as an issue. So I'm just going to put some extra glue down just to make sure this actually does glue. Okay. Yeah, I think what was happening, the bag has got more give than this card. So what happens is then when it opens out flat, of course, the card is kind of then resisting where the bag has got room to move, if that makes sense, room to stretch. So, yeah, by doing that, I think it's just kind of just helped slightly. Right, okay, so now I've, you know, got rid of that problem, so I feel better now about that at least. So let's pop this flap just down here on the front. Okay, so we've just created, you know, just for some interest really, a little fold out flap. So that's going to go there. And I was just suddenly then thinking when I was doing that I could even have one of these stitched in here as an extra kind of page, to be honest. Oh, I've got some left. Do you know, I might do that. So let's just fold that down. And then when I glue my envelopes in, not glue them, sorry, stitch my envelopes in, just got like a page we're going to have obviously these envelopes as well, which are still just drying on my hot glue gun. That's how I like to dry them. So that's going to go there. Yeah, I quite like that. So, I mean, hopefully this is going to all come together and look lovely by the end. But, yeah, I mean, obviously it's looking a bit rubbish at the moment. So, right, let's try and get those envelopes to dry. Then we've got our other flap, which I thought we would have here. So we've got like a bottom flap and a top flap. And what we could do is even have a policy closure going between the two. Might be quite nice, mightn't it? So, or that one down there. Yeah. So I'm just going to glue this one onto the front as well. So, okay. Oh, this is a fun project actually now. Now that I'm kind of, you know, forming a plan in my mind, it's becoming more fun. I was kind of thinking, oh my goodness, what have I embarked on here? This is just a disaster. It's going to be one of those videos that, oh, no one will want to watch my videos again. Okay, but hopefully we've brought it back now, brought it back from the brink. So, yeah, and then we can have a little policy closure here, keeping those closed. We're going to have these obviously here, attaching to the middle. This is obviously going to be the front cover, which of course then we can cover these bits of paper up. That's no problem at all. And then when my envelopes are dry, they're going to just stitch in here. And then this is the back. So again, what we could do on the back is have, you know, just similar if we fancy. Let me just see if I've got any more card beside me. Whether it's all thinner now. Hold on. Okay, we've got one piece. Yeah, do we want to have that? Or we could have something more folding out from this time. So it's just, oops, sorry, that's a wipe that I've now flicked in. It's caught under my scissors. Yeah, so I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe for this one, we could have something like here. Like that. It's quite nice, isn't it? Okay, and so we will glue this down just onto there. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't even need to be glued on there. Could even just have it as a pull-out piece. Might be quite nice. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And I will probably reinforce this spine, maybe with some lace or something, maybe before I actually glue this in. So I'm still waiting, obviously, for the envelopes to dry. And then, yeah, I will probably reinforce this with a bit of lace. So I could probably do that now. Let's just bring some lace in. Okay. Yeah. So, you know, that's just kind of reinforcing that and strengthening that anywhere where it, you know, potentially is a weak point. So I will just glue that down with just some wet glue. I mean, it just never hurts to, you know, to have some extra strength on any of your weak points, which of course, you know, spine is potentially a weak point. Oops, just putting some more glue down there because I'm not quite sure that was actually secured still, even now. Okay. Actually, probably want to have that the other way. So as I've got that curly bit on the front. So yeah, something like that. And I'll just snip that out here. Like that. So yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? So I'm going to leave that to dry for a little while. I'm going to obviously wait for my envelopes to dry, and then I'm just going to stitch the two envelopes and that sheet of paper in almost like a signature, but obviously we're not making a journal here, we're making a sort of folio. So yeah, that's you know, quite a good start, I think, for the first bash. So, you know, we had a few hiccups, but yeah, hopefully it's kind of coming together okay now. So I will join you next time because I have got a little plan for the decorative papers that I would like to use for this. So I will probably, you know, amalgamate this with a sort of launch of some papers. So yeah, hope that you like our paper bag folio. So, you know, our Let's Make a Paper Bag folio. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.